Hey everybody, I'd like to talk to you today about pain and dealing with pain. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself when it comes to pain. As a lot of you know from reading my bio and stuff, is that, I lost my arm when I was 20 years old, basically. I was in the hospital when I was on my 20th birthday. So, I've been dealing with a lot of different issues. I also have 4 herniated discs in my neck, multiple issues with my shoulder, tendon issues on my wrist and elbow from overuse and hitting bags and holding focus mitts for 40 years. And so I have a lot of pain issues. And one of the biggest pain issues I have is phantom pain, which anyone who has phantom pain understands it's not phantom, it's actually there. So how do I deal with it? There are days I wake up when I have this whole side of my body is this intense pain from the phantom pain. My shoulder's clicking and popping out of place. My neck is swelled up. My wrist is swelled up, and I just lay in bed. And I could just stay there and just say, "Oh my God," but I don't do it. I get up and I push myself. And what I mean by that is, to me, what I've done with pain is I let the pain push me and thrive me to be stronger. As a warrior, I've always been the type of person where if you hit me, I don't think about the pain. I hit you back. And that's kind of what I've done with my pain. Now, on the positive side, what I basically do is I do a lot of meditating or praying about staying focused on my goals, specifically training or whatever I'm doing that day. Like I said, there's days when I wake up and my whole body's swollen and inflamed, and I could just lay in bed and say, I don't want to do anything today, but I don't. I mean, once in a while I do, but for the most part I don't. So how you deal with pain is you have to not ignore it because it's there. You have to absorb it, and you have to understand. For me, mentally, what I do is I let the pain understand that it just reminds me that I'm alive. It reminds me that I'm different, special, and there's a place in my life for who I am. These injuries and disabilities I have, who I am. So my advice to people when it comes to pain is, first of all, you have to have a combination of, you have to deal with the pain medically. You have to get massages and chiropractic type of stuff, water treatment, hot tubs, all that kind of stuff is what you need to do. You need to take some kind of medication. You got to balance it with these therapies. Number one, you got to do it the right way. You don't want to become a drug addict, and you don't want to be addicted to anything in particular. So you have to balance that. But the main thing comes in here. It really is in here. I mean, if you think, like I said, every single day of my life, I wake up in pain. It's been that way since I was 20 years old. And how do I deal with it? It's just part of my life. I don't look at it as a negative thing. And people might think, well, how can you not look at pain as a negative thing? Well, when you think about what is pain, it is your body's telling you that you're hurt, okay? And your body's telling you that you need to do something about it. So in my case, where I have chronic pain due to injuries that are more life, they're going to be with me forever, it's a constant thing. So one of the things that inspired me to create Adapt for Life and to write the book and to talk to people is I understand how many people are coming back from our wars, missing limbs, in wheelchairs, it's like something that I feel I could give to these people back because I've done it and I'm doing it. So my message is, when it comes to pain, don't let the pain beat you down. You have to absorb it, and you have to use a combination of meditation, prayer, with medical things like therapy and medication, and the main thing is in your head. It's just like, when you look at someone who's a fighter and you see him taking a punch and you see what's keeping him up, it's here, it's in his head and in his heart, okay? And that's how you got to start thinking. When you're a person who has pain, the way I look at it is, because I believe in God, and you don't have to believe in God, but you have to believe in the universe or some creation, karma, whatever it is you believe in, nature, Mother Nature. But the thing is, whatever your situation is, that's the way it is. And the way I look at it is, God chose me because I'm strong enough to handle this pain. I'm tough enough, strong enough to deal with what God gives me. And that's what you got to think. My message to our wounded warriors is, you've done what 97% of the population doesn't have the heart and brains to do. Okay? You've sacrificed yourself, your body, your life for the freedoms of the people that in this country and the freedoms of the people across the world. Okay? And you've already proven to the world your heart, okay, your character. So now it's time for you to deal with the pain and understand that you've already done the hard part. The pain's the easy part. It really is. It's pain. You just deal with it. When you lift weights, no pain, no gain. It's a mental thing. I can't sit here and tell you there's any miracle. Take this pill and your pain's going to go away. Or do this breathing technique and your pain's going to go away. That's not true. But a combination of all of them in conjunction with your head, your brain, because you are in charge of your head, your brain, what you think. So that's how you deal with it. Don't let it get you down. And believe me, I can tell you from firsthand experience, the more active you are, the better, when you work out, when you train, when you're physically active, when you're mentally active, when you're involved in your life and the life of your family, when you're involved in your business and your work, that's how you beat the pain. When I'm training, I don't feel my phantom pain. When I'm hanging out with my grandkids and I'm doing things, I don't concentrate on my pain. I'm with them. And that's how you beat it. You have to have your head and your heart together. Okay? And like I said, I think a lot of people confuse pain with it stopping you. Now, sure, like I said, there are times when I am in a lot of pain and I have to take some medication or I have to go see my massage therapist and I have to deal with it in a very proactive way. But for the most part, it's up here. And even when it's done, so if I go see my chiropractor and he works on me and pops me, or a massage therapist and I feel better, it's not as if the next day the pain's, you just have to deal with it, okay? And like I said, it's a mental thing. You have to understand that pain makes you a stronger person. It makes you a stronger person, period, okay? So how you deal with it is dealing with it. Don't try to pretend it's not there, because I've heard people tell me that. You gotta pretend the pain's not there. No, that doesn't make any sense. Fooling yourself is the most unrealistic, crazy thing that you can do, because your brain, that you're training yourself not to think, to fool yourself. You're not fooling yourself. You have to understand that pain's there. The thing is, how do you respond, not react to the pain? One of the philosophies of Adapt for Life is better to respond than react. Well, if you react to the pain, then the pain beats you. You need to respond to the pain. And how do you respond? You work out, you train, you keep physically fit, you keep your brain occupied, you take the right medications, the right therapies, you stay active in dealing with it. That's how you beat it. Okay, and you don't look at it as a bad thing. Just like when I talk about disability. Your disability doesn't make you a weak person, it makes you a stronger person. Pain doesn't make you a weaker person, it makes you a stronger person. Like I said, I believe God chose me for this because I was strong enough to handle it. Okay? And that's what you need to think. I'm strong enough to handle this. This is why I have it. Don't think why. Why am I this? Why is this? Why? Because see, when you ask why all the time, then you're constantly putting the keys to your success in the answer of something. It doesn't make any sense. You are the key to your success. Okay? So pain shouldn't get in your way. Pain is just another wall in your life that you need to deal with. Pain is just another part of your life. Okay? How does a woman give birth? There's some excruciating pain. She does it because what she knows the outcome is. She's bringing in this beautiful life into this world. So she puts up with the pain. Okay? And that's what pain is. Pain doesn't have to be the end of your world. It doesn't have to be what you're afraid of. When I get in a fight, I'm not afraid of pain. So don't be afraid of pain. Deal with it. And understand that pain makes you stronger. And there are physical, mental, and emotional ways to deal with it. And that's how you deal with it. With those combination. See your doctor, see therapists, water therapy. Those are all medical type things. And then you have your brain. Meditate, prayer. Stay on top of it. Be in charge of your body, of your life, of what's happening to you. Okay? That's how you beat it. You know, you take it on, you take it on, and you take it on. Just like anything. I don't believe in tapping out. Because when you tap out, see, this isn't a jiu-jitsu match. Life isn't a jiu-jitsu match. When you tap out, you tapped. Okay? And you don't want to tap out on life. You have to fight, constantly be fighting and fighting and fighting. Because when you tap in life, it just runs you over. In a jiu-jitsu match, you tap and the guy lets you up, and okay, thank you, you shake hands, everything's done. That's not that way in life. You tap in life and you lose. You know, if you get used to pain and you just tap out, well, then that pain is just going to run over you, and you're going to be controlled by your pain. It's the same thing in any, you know, even emotional pain. We're not just talking about physical pain, it's also emotional, mental pain. You can't give in, you can't tap out to it. You can't say, oh, my wife, my husband left me, so I'm in pain, and I'm going to tap out, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life depressed and angry and whatever. That's letting the pain beat you. And we can go into that in another video, because that's also letting the person who hurt you beat you too.